I'm delighted to say that Ambassador Tom Aguyi Ironsi joins me now in the studio. Thank you very much indeed for coming in. Really honored to have you here. What do you remember of that period?
Thank you very much, Charles, for having me. As you just mentioned, I was 12 years old during that period. But if I look back at the events of 29th July, actually I'd come in from the summer holidays.
You were in boarding school in England,
Yes,
of course.
I'd come in from summer holidays. The day itself, I was with my father in his drawing room in the guest house, and he jokingly told me that there are soldiers surrounding us downstairs.
And that was the guest house in Ibadan.
That's right.
In the military governor of the western region, Fajuyi, that was his house.
That was his house. So he told me that he doesn't know whether they're friendly or not, in a joking manner. And then later proceeded to give me some instructions as to what to do when I got back to Lagos. And then there was a knock at the door, and he told me to stand behind the door because he didn't want anybody to come inside. And from the door, I could hear voices and people saying there's going to be no killing here. And that was the end.
But just, did your father have any premonition that that was going to be his last day on earth? Did he seem frightened when he was giving you those instructions?
I really don't want to go into too many details.
Right.
Because some of the people who are alive, who can speak better on such matters. But from my perspective, as I said, I was on summer holidays. I came back and he took me on a tour. We went to the north, we went to Benin before we came to Ibadan. As a student of strategic studies, politics, international relations, I've read, I've also done my research. I realized that part of his tour was consultations with the elders in the north, and he had come down to the west to consult with elders in the west. Because there was a lot of distrust that this was an Igbo agenda. And the Northerners insisted that he should consult with them.
So they needed reassurances.
They needed reassurances as to what programs he was going to do, what he was going to do with the soldiers that were locked up who carried out the coup.
And that was part of the anger, wasn't it? That in spite of the fact that he put down that coup, he didn't actually do anything with these soldiers who were essentially, who essentially murdered Nigeria's political elite.
That was it. He was too slow. Nowadays, when people are slow, they say it's a virtue. But at that time, they didn't want things to be slow. He was taking his time. There was also the case of Awolowo. Some people would tell you that he was just about to be released by my father. But these things are, as I said, in the past. We need to look forward.